Grand finalist is going to be Parramatta versus South Sydney in a tight battle. South Sydney get the dubs.
Sydney Roosters versus the Penrith Panthers, and I've got a feeling the Panthers will go back to back.
I think the Storm are going to win the comp this year, so I think they're obviously going to be in the grand final, and they might play. I think they might play the Roosters.
Parramatta and Melbourne for me. I think the Eels finished last year really well, and I like Melbourne. I like their spine. I think the Storm will win the Premiership.
I'm going to go a Penrith-Parramatta grand final. I just think as a journo, it's a good storyline, the Battle of the West. I think the Storm will be close, but let's just say the Eels are going to break their 36-year Premiership drought.
I would love to say the Queensland teams, but I think it'll be Penrith with their young squad, a chance to go back-to-back, and I think the Roosters.
I like Parramatta to break the drought. I think they can do it. I think they've got depth this season. They'll learn a lot from what they experienced last year. They went so close, they could have beaten Penrith in the semi. I think Parramatta can go on and do it.
Well, I think Parramatta might go very close this year. I know everybody puts the pressure on Parramatta every year, but I just think they didn't really lose too many players. They pushed, they beat Melbourne, I think, a couple of times last season, and they pushed Penrith. So I just think the fact they haven't lost too many, they just might go one step further. But of course, they'll be playing the Bunnies, and the Bunnies will win.
I'm going to say the Roosters will play those mighty Parramatta Eels, and it'll be the Eels' first premiership since 1986.
Melbourne Storm versus Parramatta Eels. I think Parramatta Eels are going to do it this year.
So, grand final, we are playing against Parramatta. I reckon we both had good seasons. Mitchell Moses probably Dally M Player of the Year just ahead of Ben Hunt. But I reckon Ben Hunt gets Clive Churchill medal on grand final day and we win by 7 points.
It'll be Panthers taking on the Gold Coast Titans. Titans win their first ever premiership.
I believe the Roosters and Melbourne will play.
I've got Penrith. I think they're just too good not to at least get a crack at going back-to-back. It'll be tougher this year. And the Roosters, surely they're going to have at least a decent year injury-wise, and the talent on it's the best roster in the game. If they can just keep it together, I've got them playing Penrith in the decider.